Do I want customers that are going to be B2B customers, or do I want consumer customers, B2C? What will, yes?
What's B2B or B2C?
Business to business. A print shop is a great example of a B2B. I'm a business that sells primarily to other businesses. A B2C would be a shoe store where you have people coming in a retail. So I'm the business and I sell to consumers. Okay, everybody get that? Okay. Good question. What will I do? What's my job? I want to start a business. I want to own a franchise. What's my role going to be in that? So when you look at all of these assessments, lifestyle, financial, and competency, you have to think about this stuff before, not after. And I'll talk to you about it as the evening wears on. My goal is to never have you be a casualty and to do all of the work that you possibly can on the front end. I don't want to be presented 18 months from now going, I didn't know, I didn't think, I didn't know, and it happens a lot. So you want to do everything you can to avoid being a business casualty. So, you know all those personality tests, anybody ever take those? You got the amiable, driver, analytical, expressive. You take these tests and you fall into one of the 4 quadrants. You're usually a driver, amiable, or an analytical driver. You get some label that kind of tells a lot about your personalities and your behaviors. Well, what role will you play to ensure to your natural strengths? For example, if you take somebody who's going to buy a business or a franchise and they're analytical and amiable, okay, they like people to like them, and they love doing books. They love playing on the computer. Is that a gentleman or a woman that is going to go out and buy a business or a franchise that is going to include heavy outside sales, primarily by the owner? They'll probably fail. So you want to look at your natural strengths. You have to. Okay? We see a lot of times people buy businesses or inquire about specific types of franchises, and they just don't match up with the natural strengths. It doesn't mean that they don't find something for them, but you just have to look at what their natural strengths are. So we look at lifestyle assessment. We're not talking about your movie preferences. We're talking about your lifestyle. How many hours do you want to be open? People don't usually think about that. Do you want a business that's going to be open 5 days a week, a business-to-business model? Are you okay with being open on evenings and weekends? How many hours do you want to be open? We have a lot of folks that want to open catering businesses. This is a great example. They're the best cook in the world, and they want to open a catering. And then they find out sometimes after they've opened their business and bought all this equipment and set up a kitchen and hired staff, and 3 months into it, they're going, gosh, I've got to work every Saturday. I've got to work every Sunday. I work the hardest. I used to own a catering business, and I got to hate it because I worked the hardest when the rest of the world was off. I had no family life because I was always gone doing catering, weddings, and parties, and nobody ever gets married on a Tuesday afternoon. So it was really hard on family. But I want you to think about the lifestyle assessment as you're looking at whatever it is on your business. If you look at other responsibilities that require your time, again, children, spouses, pets, parents. Most people that are buying businesses tend to be in that 30 to 50 age group. We all have parents. Who's going to take care of them when grandma has to go to that doctor appointment next Wednesday and we're running a business and somebody called in sick? So as you assess your lifestyle, you need to think about how your lifestyle is going to be impacted by owning that particular type of business. There are many businesses that operate well with passive ownership, executive model ownership. If you're going to be in a brick and mortar store that is going to be open retail and you're the only person in that store, it's going to be very hard for you to just put the lock in the door and leave for the day because you don't feel like it, you're tired, or the dog has to go to the vet, or you got a child with a runny nose. So lifestyle is very important. You vacation. Gosh, when I bought my first business when I was 19 years old. We had a couple of kids right out of the gate, and I worked 100 hours a week for 3 or 4 years, and I really started to resent going to work because I never had any time off. So that we'll talk a little bit about, you know, the business starting to define you, and it's really a consideration. You need to either find something that you like to do and build it around it. Okay, the best businesses and the happiest business owners are doing something that they love. A job is what you do, it's not who you are. And many times when you own a business, it actually becomes who you are. You wear it every day. You're at networking events, and leads groups, and Chamber of Commerce events, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's not a job. Job is what you do, it's not who you are. When you own a business, in many cases, it is who you are. So what's fun for you? Build a business. People, when I do assessments for people now, I always ask them, well, what do you like to do for fun? I'm like, well, why are you asking me that question? I want to buy a business. I don't want a hobby. But let's look at something that you can make a lot of money at, fit your lifestyle needs, fit your financial goals, and wouldn't it be great if you could do something that was fun?